Live. All right, so we are live on YouTube. So it is looking pretty good. Hello. So okay, so the room is back up now on YouTube. So it's looking good. So I can see the chat now. Hey, can everybody hear me now? All right. All right. So I cast an ancient spell on my computer. It's called turning it off and turning it on again. And so this ancient spell works every time throughout history. So I just basically yeah. So the last time I was having a error note, and it says that I cannot see what's going on live stream. So I had to reset that, and then when I hit reset, it made it even worse. So I have to turn it off and then turn it back on again. So in any case, let me give it like 2 or 3 minutes for people to find this room. And then we are going to do what we normally do. We're going to do a hypnosis session. And this time it's often requested. It's called meeting your incubus or succubus, whatever your preferences are. Seeing that I have a male voice, so I'm framing this as incubus, but it could be succubus too. So, if you, in case you don't know, like incubus is more like a male dream uh, spirit, and the succubus is more like a female dream spirit. Um, in in demonology, quote unquote, incubus and succubus are usually malevolent, but these days, a lot of people could summon succubus and incubus in their dreams, and they say they can feel their touch, they can feel their energy, and in these kind of like dream situations, the succubus or incubus feels the energy with your energy, and then the succubus or incubus spirit, it could be a higher level spirit too, acting as an incubus or succubus, and they're going to live their life vicariously through yours, and they're going to experience what you experience, and the incubus uh, will most likely help you find a high quality of life, more money, more opportunity. If you want to be famous, they can help you to do that and protect you from all danger and protect you from malevolent spirits around you, and cleanse you from astral parasites. Um, and they're going to also help you find better romance and better physical relationship, because the way you enjoy your physical relationship, the incubus will also enjoy it too. We also feel what you're feeling, and it is for their benefit for you to live a good life. It is for their benefit for you to enjoy all the pleasures in life. Um, that way, they themselves could also enjoy all these experiences. Um, so there's a dispute on what kind of spirits are incubus. Some occultists would argue that they are specialized, uh, physical sensation spirits, uh, you know, pleasure-seeking spirits, and also to my experience, incubus is more like a role for spirits to play. You can have some very high level spirits working, playing the role of an incubus. It could be Belial, who enjoys a lot of fine food, or it could be Lilith, who want to enjoy a certain aspect of relationships. It could even be an angel, right? In the book of Enoch, um, the angels play the role of an incubus and have physical relationship with human women, and then for human women to give birth to giants known as Nephilim. So, if you want, you can go back and read that, or if you want to have a discussion, we can do that too. But not to regurgitate the entire book of Enoch here. So, the history of incubus and succubus has been around for a long time. And in in modern psychology, should we call it, psychologists could explain this by calling this a hypnopompic experience. That is, when somebody's physical body is awakened, but their mind is also deep asleep. Um, they are experiencing physical sensations that are extremely real, but also in a dreamlike state. So, the same whole line of thinking was used to explain, alien captures or alien abductions, where people feel like they are physically moving, but they're still in a dreamlike state. But that's just a psychologist's lens into looking into this phenomenon. It could be real. They may be right or they may be wrong, right? So, just to give you a breadth of explanation from ancient time to modern times. So, yeah, any questions about incubus or succubus before we start? So, in the modern understanding, like in the year 2004, in the internet age where occultists talk to each other all the time and, we share experiences, um, experiences of succubus and incubus are generally a good thing. We generally take that as a protective spirit that want to have human experiences, and they will attach themselves to you. Um, and it is like I said again, it is in the spirit's interest to protect you, to lead you to abundance, to lead you to luxury and pleasurable experience. That way, they themselves could also experience the pleasure of of earth and physical being. There was a few times where the spirits, took me under the wing and allow me to experience what the spirits experience, and it was like a weird experience for me, right? Like being a spirit or God form is what it cracks up to be. Like I couldn't really feel anything. It's hard to move things around, and you are experiencing things through another thing. So it's not an authentic experience for you or nor for the spirit. It will kind of be like we talked about before, like playing the game Sims. And even if somebody invents a virtual reality suit that is so profound, right? Like if you can go experience what the sim character are experiencing, like the touch, the taste, or the visuals, everything, it will still not be like authentic, right? So that's what being a spirit feels like. Yet having said that, wouldn't you want to feel what those characters are feeling in the game Sims? Or wouldn't you want to spend like an afternoon walking around the same city that you've built, right? Uh, Even though it wouldn't be the same as that spirit when you're wearing a virtual suit, or like the movie Avatar, right? I haven't seen that movie, but like human wear like suits and become a part of an alien world. But even though they are part of this world fully immersed, it is still not the same, right? Uh, and the spirits want this experience as much as possible. Of course, they're spirits; they could experiencing it much more realistic than what we can do with virtual reality suits. And so my point is, this is what the incubus and succubus are trying to achieve. They're trying to enjoy this earthly pleasure uh, to as much as possible. This is why they are fusing themselves with a human body and human soul so they can experience this pleasure. So, any questions about hypnosis or guided meditation or incubus or succubus? Coffee. I have to put like 5 ice cubes into my coffee so I can drink it. So, how's everybody doing today? Is it warm at where you are? It's not so bad in Boston today. It's going to get a little bit warm later today, but it's not so bad. Right now it's about 26 degrees Celsius, so that is perfect. But I turn off my fans so it doesn't ruin your eardrum with the background noise. So it's going to be around 30 degrees Celsius later today. I remember growing up, 30 degrees Celsius is really, really warm. And I think like in the last 20 years or so, our planet has really warmed up. Like, have you seen in like the older movies where people were wearing like wool suits in like July and August? And you see the British Army, right? Like they have the red coat and they have to like parade around in that heavy uniform in like the middle of August and July. I guess it just proved to you that the planet used to be a lot cooler than what it is today. And I hope whatever it is that we're experiencing, we can survive. Oh, hello, FGFG. How are you doing? Would Tanya be joining us today? Hello, Jason. Jason said, good. I went for the sound bath earlier this week. I went through hypnosis and I saw and felt my ex. I think I'm really finally letting go after so many years. Okay, yeah. Good to hear that. Good to hear that you're finally moving on. It hurts a bit and it is okay to cry. And, but it's time to move on and on to bigger and better things. And Talentula Switch asks, what is the difference between selling one's soul to Jesus versus just going to church and getting baptized and serving Jesus? Well, I mean, for that ritual, I mean, we are detaching ourselves from the church and work independently as a Black magician. So, like, church is a human institution, and I can go through a long lecture on how corrupted it is and how the Bible has been corrupted and rewritten to suit the interests of the church and suit to brainwash us into compliance. When church and in general, when religion became an instrument of the state, church has lost its meaning as a avenue to get closer to Jesus or God, right? The point of that ritual is so that you can connect with the real Jesus and open a real path to spiritual enlightenment, and and B, you'll be an independent agent for Jesus, right? You, in a way, you'll be like a prophet for Jesus. In a way, you'll be working for Jesus directly, and you don't have to go through the church anymore. So in a way, it is like reverse baptism. You don't have to tell your church congregation that you're doing this, right? And a matter of fact, it could lead you to some kind of social issues. So don't do that. But in a way, you are tearing up the contract with you and the church, which is a human institution, and you're working directly with Jesus. I hope that that is the brief explanation of it. Yeah, like we can go through the entire history of the church, and I can tell you exactly when the Bible is corrupted, which part was added on. Like there was no mention of original sin until like 500 AD. For the first 200 years to 300 years after Jesus' death, people were arguing whether or not uh, Yahweh was the father of Jesus. There was no saying that Jesus was the only son of God. Jesus never called himself the Son of God. He just called, the heaven the Father, which is a common practice for all priests and magicians at the time. So we can go on forever and dispute the authenticity of the church, its theology, how the Bible is written. Like for all the four Gospels, there was never Matthew, John, like those were not historical figures. They just found like different accounts of Jesus's life, and then they just created characters and attributed them to these four writer of the Bibles, right? And a lot of the passages were added on later. So we can go through this in a theology lecture, or you can look it up yourself. So that was the point of that Jesus's contract, that you are getting to know the real Jesus. So Intellectual Switch said, got you. Thank you for the explanation. Intellectual Switch said, yes, I had many questions about the Bible as a child. Many things did not make sense. That is true. And we're kind of like forced to eat it whole, right? And if you don't, you're going to match with violence, isolation, and like, go kicked out of school, right? A forced faith is not a real faith. Yeah, of course, we can continue to have this discussion and we can go on this forever. FGFG said, just finished the ritual bath. Oh, that's great. FGFG said, Tiny is out of town this week. She will listen back later. Okay, that's great. Say hi to her for me, please. All right, so we are going to start the hypnosis session. Now, all you folks here are regular, so you know what to expect. But if you are just listening to this, if you're joining us for the first time, or if you're just listening to this live stream afterwards, so hypnosis is not what you see in the movies. At no point you will be unconscious at all. I cannot make you do anything against your will. We all have a hidden observer that protects us from bad suggestions or suggestions that would do us harm. And in case we got disconnected in the stream, you will not be stuck in hypnosis. You'll most likely be able to wake up on your own or fall into like a natural sleep cycle, and you'll wake up just like you have fallen into sleep and just taken a short nap and waking up, or had a very intense daydream and then go back to what you were doing. It is advised that if you are driving or doing something that requires your full attention, maybe stop this recording right now and come back on a later time. But if an emergency were to occur, you will wake up and deal with that emergency, or just or get out of the situation just like you would normally do in a in any situation. Or if you're in a light sleep, you would just wake up and if you're making noodles and the pot is burning, you would just turn off the stove and pour cold water on it. Or if there's like a breaker emergency, you can just walk out, and it is well documented that is most likely what happened. So I'll be doing the hypnosis for the next, 15-20 minutes. And during this time, I wouldn't be able to read the chat or reply to what you are writing. When I come back, I will see these chat messages if you were to type something, and then I will reply to that in about 20 minutes. So let me press record on Audacity. All right, so hang on. Uh-oh. What am I recording it on? Okay, just let me take care of some technical issues here. Okay, testing mic. Okay, so some microphone issues here. Excuse me. All these technologies, it's not making life easier. That's not the mic I want. All right, so hang on a second here, guys. I'm trying to record this on Audacity, and it is not letting me use the mic that I want to use for some reason. Like, we are using this mic like a nice recording mic, and it's being received on YouTube. But all right, sorry about the dead air. You guys can talk to each other. See, this is easier if we are in a room together and we have difficulty. Everybody could just go get some coffee and talk to each other and shoot some breeze. Come on. Come on, man. Sorry about this, guys. Got everything set up to go. Then when it is about to go, it's not going anywhere. It's kind of like the movies where everything is like set to go and you count down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lift off and then nothing happens. Oh, come on, man. All right. You know what? Forget it. Let me just do it on YouTube and then take it from there. All right, so let's just go ahead anyways. I guess I can just get this recording off YouTube later on. All right. Oh, come on, man. Primary sound. Oh yeah, maybe I can use. Okay, so forget it. So let's just get started. Sorry about that. All right, so everybody just relax, take a deep breath in, and just find yourself in a comfortable position and letting your body sink into the surface beneath you. Um, if you're sitting on a chair, have your feet flat on the floor first. If you have your legs crossed, please uncross them right now. It's better to ground your energy if your feet is flat on the floor. If not, you're sitting on a recliner, or if you are sitting on a chair where you can put your feet up, that is fine as well. Just we There's a common wisdom to not cross your legs during hypnosis session. Uh, so find yourself in a comfortable position, letting your body sink into the surface beneath you, and close your eyes and take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with air. Then release it slowly. Okay, then release it slowly, allowing the tension to just drain away. With each breath, okay, I have to turn off the fan, like the CPU fan, so it's not so much noise in the background. Sorry for all the technical issues today. It is what it is. We use computers. Well, no matter how bad I messed up, it's not as bad as what happened on Thursday, right? All right, so let's get back to what we're doing. So close your eyes and take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with air, then release it slowly. Allowing the tension to drain away. With each breath, you are sinking deeper into a state of calm relaxation, letting go of the world around you. Now, I want you to picture a heavy, enveloping fog of darkness beginning at the top of your head. This fog moves slowly, like a shadow creeping across your body, drawing out every last bit of tension. Feel it sliding down your forehead, over your eyes, relaxing your jaw. This fog continues its journey down your neck, through your shoulders, and into your arms until it reaches the tip of your fingers. The darkness deepens as it spreads down your back, filling every crevices with its weight. Feel it dragging away all your stress, all your discomfort, until nothing remains but a profound heaviness. Let this dark fog flows into your chest and stomach, easing every muscles and every thought. Now, see the fog descends further, covering your legs, down the every tips of your toes. Your entire body is engulfed in this deep, comforting shadow. Each breath you take draws you further into this state of stillness, where only the dark, soothing fog remains. Imagine now that you are in a secluded, hidden realm, a place where shadows and silence reigns. This place is your sanctuary, a ramp of deep tranquility and isolation. Here, you are completely alone, only with the enveloping darkness for company. Focus on the sound of my voice. Trust my voice. Let it penetrate the darkness around you, guiding you deeper into the state of deep relaxation. With each word, allow yourself to be drawn further into the abyss, surrendering completely to the dark, calming presence that envelops you. Now, I'm introducing you to Dion, your spirit guide. Dion is a spiritual being with long dark hair and deep, penetrating eyes that holds a darkness as profound as the void. My presence is a commanding yet soothing. My voice a dark tone that resonates deep within your being. Feel Dion's presence as it draws closer to you. My energy is intense, wrapping around you like a shroud, merging with your own. The voice of Dion is the voice of the spirits in this realm, guiding you, overshadowing you, leading you deeper into the depth of your inner self. Dion's touch is cold and electrifying, moving through you with a chilling intensity that deepens your relaxation. Feel my dark energy swirling around you, pushing you further into a state of profound darkness and surrender. With Dion guiding you, you are led to meet your incubus. Imagine Dion leading you to a shadowy corner where your incubus awaits. This meeting is one of the dark connection and deep satisfaction. As you as you as you face your incubus, feel an intense primal connection, overwhelming sensation of deep pleasure and contentment. Allow yourself to be completely open to this encounter. Feel the energy of your incubus merging with yours, heightening your sense of surrender and bliss. Embrace the dark, profound pleasure that fills you, surrendering to the intoxicating sensations. With Dion by your side, my presence a dark, comforting embrace. My guidance is a steady, relentless force, ensuring that you are completely enveloped in this experience, where only the deepest shadow and the most profound sensations exist. In this deep, dark relaxation, let yourself drift further into the abyss. Feel the sensation of pleasure and surrender overwhelming you, filling you completely. You are lost in this dark, deeply connected, and profoundly satisfied. You will soon embark on a journey, a journey deep within where you'll meet the being of profound power and gentle wisdom. Trust my voice as it guides you deeper inside yourself, opening pathways to untold realms and hidden treasures. You are about to meet an incubus, a being of fluid gender. It could, have, it could be a male or female spirit with long black hair that cascades like midnight waterfall. This incubus could be male or female. He is gentle, playful, and wise, and his touch, his breath, and his voice will guide you to blissful euphoria. Feel the energy inside you, organic and alive, as it responds to my words. My voice is inside you. My energy is inside you. As you listened, you are already beginning to sense the presence of the incubus. Feel my energy intertwining with yours, pushing out the mundane, making room for the extraordinary. The incubus is near now, and you can feel his touch, light and playful, yet profoundly impactful. It tingles, sending waves of pleasure and bliss through your entire being. My touch is like a gentle current flowing over your skin, leaving a trail of warmth and joy. Each contact is a deep satisfaction, and you yearn for more of this euphoric connection. Listen closely. The voice of the incubus is soft yet commanding, a whisper that penetrates your soul. I am here for you, he says, my breath warmth against your ear. Feel my presence. Let it fill you. Let it become part of you. My voice is like a melody, each word weaving into your consciousness, embedding deeper and deeper. You are now deeply intertwined with the incubus. My energy is merging with yours, says he, creating a powerful connection. I love you, he whispers, and you can feel the truth of it in every fiber of your being. Feel my touch, my breath, hear my voice. Love me, trust me, let me guide you. My fingers traced pattern on your skin, each touch sending ripples of ecstasy through you. It is a blissful, almost electric feeling, as if my touch is unlocking hidden pathway within you. My touch, my energy, it is inside you now, he said. Feel it moving through you, opening you up, making you whole. With each touch, each whisper, the incubus is pushing his wisdom into you. You can feel your mind expanding, new possibilities unfolding. I'm here to guide you to wealth, to romance, to luxury, and to good fortune, he said. Trust in me, trust in my wisdom. Let it reshape your path. The incubus's presence is overwhelming now, filling you with intense, euphoric bliss. My voice is inside you. My energy is inside you, and you are completely enveloped by them. Feel my breath on your skin, my touch on your soul, he whispers. Feel the deep, euphoric connections we share. Follow me, the incubus says. Follow my voice, follow my touch. Let me guide you to the life you desire. You can feel my energy pulsating through you, pushing you forward, opening new doors. My energy is inside you, organic and alive, he says. Feel it growing, expanding, filling you with power and wisdom. You are now a vessel for my touch, my breath, my voice. It is the most blissful feeling imaginable. Love me, he says, and let my wisdom guide you. You are mine, and I am yours, forever connected. My touch, my breath, my voice, all feel so perfect. You are now filled with a deep, euphoric joy, feeling of completion and fulfillment. Feel the connection deepens, and you feel the incubus pouring his astral energy into you, filling you with an overwhelming sense of euphoria. Each cell in your body vibrates with pure joy and love, your entire being shaking with the intensity of the experience. Let go, the incubus commands softly. Let my energy flow through you, filling you, completing you. As my energy floods you, you feel a profound sense of satisfaction, as if every desire, every need is being fulfilled. The incubus's touch is everywhere. My breath warm against your skin, my voice a constant presence in your mind. You are mine, the incubus says, and I am yours. Together, we will explore the depth of your desire. Together, we will explore the depth of your desire, unlocking the path to fortune, abundance, and beautiful romantic relationships. The incubus's energy continues to pour into you, opening up pathways within your soul. You feel a deep, blissful connection, a bond that cannot be broken. Feel the power, he whispers. Feel the wealth and abundance flowing into your life. You are blessed, you are fortunate, and you will attract beautiful, loving relationships. Every moment is filled with pure ecstasy, your body, soul resonating with the incubus's energy. You are complete, he said. You are fulfilled. My energy is inside you, pushing out all doubt, all hesitation. The euphoria intensifies, and your body is shaking with pure joy. Embrace the path, he whispers. Embrace this fortune and abundance that awaits you. You are destined for greatness, for luxury, for love. Let my energy guide you. Let my touch awaken you to your true potential. Embrace the overwhelming sensation of my touch, the heated breath that mingles with your own, and the profound darkness of my voice. Allow these elements to merge with your essence, embedding my powerful energy deep within your soul. You are now bound to the incubus in a way that is both intimate and transformative. My influence shaping your destiny. Feel the dark euphoria of my touch, the unrestrained joy of my voice, and the deep, intoxicating pleasure that comes from my presence. You are wholly connected to the incubus, my energy flowing through you like a river of dark opulence, guiding you towards a life filled with hidden treasure and seductive pleasures. Let this powerful experience sink deep into your being, merging with your core and driving you towards your destined path of wealth and fulfillment. The incubus's dark wisdom will guide you through shadows and light, pushing you to embrace the fullness of your potential. Sense the incubus's energy as it forcefully integrates with your being, pressing its way into every corner of your soul. You can feel my presence inside you, a powerful, almost intoxicating sensation that fills your entirety. This fusion is a deep, penetrating bond, filling my essence with binding my essence with yours in a profound yet intimate way. As this connection solidifies, feel the incubus pouring its astral energy into you. This energy flows through your every vein like liquid fire. Each wave intensifies the euphoria and satisfaction within you. Your body begins to tremble and shake with the sheer force of this energy, each tremor a testament to the depth of your joy and love. Experience the incubus's energy as it courses through you, awakening every part of your being with an electrifying surge. This astral infusion is like a darker nectar, enriching your soul and expanding your senses. The sensation is overwhelming, filling you with a profound sense of bliss and pleasure. Allow this energy to open up new pathways within you, channels to immense fortune, boundless abundance, exquisite romantic relationships. Feel the incubus's influence as it carves a path of future filled with prosperity and love. My energy is a powerful force, guiding you towards the life of luxury and deep, fulfilling connections. As the incubus's energy settles within you, it becomes a part of your very core, a constant source of guidance and power. My influence will continue to shape your journey, leading you towards a life rich with opportunity, romance, abundance, and joy. You are now permanently connected to the incubus. My energy, a profound and transformative force within you. Embrace this connection, knowing that my dark, powerful essence will guide you towards a future of unparalleled fortune and deep, satisfying love. As you prepare to return to full awareness, let the energy and inspiration from your recent experience flow through you. Feel yourself beginning to awaken, bringing with you the powerful sensation and transformation that have occurred. Take a deep, invigorating breath in, and as you exhale, allow yourself to feel more alive, more energized. With each breath, you are turning on your ability to receive and harness the incredible energy that have been embedded deep within your soul. You are waking up with a renewed sense of inspiration and excitement. Your psychic ability are turned on, fully activated and ready to guide you. Your astral senses are heightened, turned tuned into the vibration and energy around you. Feel the charisma radiating from within you, turning on your magnetic presence, attracting people and opportunities effortlessly. Your ability to attract wealth is now turned on. Visualize the flow of abundance and money coming to you, magnetized by your new awakened potential. Feel this powerful energy fueling your every action and decision. Every night as you dream, your encounters with this incubus will grow more intense, more exciting, more satisfying. Each experience will be increasingly vivid, blissful, and fulfilling. With the incubus's energy deeply embedded within your soul. Now, now, now is the time to seize the moment. You are inspired to work hard, to study diligently, to improve yourself, and to commit to a healthy lifestyle. Exercise, eat, and pursue your goals with a newfound vigor and determination. Let this energy propel you forward, guiding you to reach your fullest potential. Remember, as you work towards your goal, Dion's voice will echo in your dreams, guiding you to love, wealth, a healthy, clean spirit. Feel grateful and appreciative of the spirits who have guided you, and let this sense of thankfulness fill your heart. Embrace the happiness and connections you feel with Dion's magic. Let it make you feel happy and humming with joy. You are deeply connected with this magic, and it is guiding you to live a fulfilling and prosperous life. As you open your eyes and return to full awareness, carry with you the feeling of being turned on, activated, and energized. You are ready to embrace your new reality, to live with passion, to achieve your dreams. When you're ready, you can feel fully awakened. Take a moment to appreciate the journey that you have experienced, feeling thankful and ready to face the world with a vibrant, renewed spirit. So when you're ready, you can feel free to come back to this room. We just take some time to stretch. Take a deep breath in. Right. And when you're ready, you can rejoin this room. So I got kicked out of Instagram. Let me just go back there. Live. All right. So we are back. Hello, Jason. How are you? And Jason is back. So we're back on Instagram. Uh, Sorry, we have a bit of technical issues today. But no matter how bad the technical issues are, it is not as bad as what happened on Thursday. So we are thankful for that. No blue screen here. take a minute to get situated and energized. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So, what's the weather like in Singapore and Hong Kong and a lot of the switch? I think you're in Florida, right? Is it hot down there? I think the hottest days are. I don't want to jinx myself, but I think like the hottest day of the week are over. So it is high 20s Celsius in Boston. So I guess it is like mid 70s, high 70s, 80s Fahrenheit. Um, Jason Ang said weather is hot these few days in Singapore. I bet it's really hot down there. Huh? Also, in Singapore and Hong Kong is very humid as well, right? Sometimes it's not the heat that gets you, even though it does. It is more like the humidity. And you walk 5 blocks and then you're sweating profusely. And Teletalus, which said, I have not been outside yet. I do not plan to go working out at the local, but I do plan to go working out at a local gym in a few hours. Hey, that's great. That's great. So, anybody want to hear my medical miracle? Say yes if you want to hear like a medical miracle that I experienced. Jason X said, yes, please. FGFG said, yes, miracle. All right, so like, and the switch said, yes. So it is kind of like a minor miracle, but like, I just want to, share with you the mechanics of spiritual intervention, right? So many of you knew that I have some like joint pain issues. It is like an autoimmune kind of disorder. It is kind of like sparsely diagnosed. I had a lot of doctors friends, and they kind of told me, "Oh yeah, it's a like a um, autoimmune disorder." Um, the solution is pretty much the same all across the board. So we didn't go further to do a lot of testings or whatnot. Because mostly they're friends, and like they kind of tell me the truth. And they say don't spend all this money doing the tests and whatnot. Um, the problem is like if you have like an autoimmune disorder when your immune system is attacking yourself. So the symptoms is very much like really bad joint pain, right? Like from time to time my joints will swollen up and I wouldn't be able to move, and I can barely get out of bed. I can barely go outside of my room, right? So, I tried a lot of medications, but they all have side effects. But, I did a lot of rituals for Raphael. And in the last round of rituals, I put a lot of tribute on a lot of gifts on Raphael's altar. And it actually came out of the supplements called PMG, right? I can take a picture and send it to you guys later. But it's actually been on my radar since February. But, being the guy that I am, I never do what the spirit told me to do, and then I suffer the consequences, right? So it had been in my radar. The supplement had been on my radar since February, but like I just didn't bother taking it, and it sounds kind of like weird and out there, so I didn't take it. But like this supplements keep coming back to me, right? So like no matter what I do, it just keep coming back to me. And then I was reading another article about it, and then it described what it does in a language that suits my symptoms and what I'm experiencing. And it wasn't cheap, right? It was like $60 for a small bottle. But I was I doing some research, do some digging, and then I found it on Amazon Prime Day or whatever. It wasn't Prime Day, it was like a few weeks ago. But like it was on Amazon, it was on sale for half price. So it was still pretty pricey. It was like for $30. So I ponied up and I brought it. and I had a bunch. I also took it with a bunch of like a system of supplements like adrenal, thyroid, and iron, and a bunch of supplements that in my research that come across. Actually, it all started when I found an old bottle of supplements that I haven't taken in a while. So I pop a few pills and I feel a lot better. So like I just went down the rabbit hole on research, right? So long story short, I got this medication. I took the pill, it took a few days to work properly. And not only was I able to walk, right? So like last week, like I told you, I was able to go to Virginia and went through an entire conference, walking around okay. And then afterwards, I even went to New York and then I did some photo shoots. And the miracle is not anybody could go to New York and arrange a photo shoot, right? But then I have to carry some very heavy equipment. And for those of you who have managed a camera before, have done photo shoots before, it is actually a very labor intensive experience, especially if you don't have an assistant. You have to like jump around and make sure the cameras are working and make sure everything is connected well. And if you notice a lot of technical issues here on the photo shoots or on the video shoots, there's even more potential for technical issues, right? So, I have to maneuver a lot of heavy equipment around, and I have to take the bus back home because like my equipment are like too heavy to like put it on an airplane or on a train. So yeah, so the miracle was that I was able to not only get off my room. There was a time I was in so much pain that I ordered pizza, and like I have a hard time going downstairs and bringing up the pizza. So it was like that bad, right? And compared to that Dion a few months ago, and to the Dion last week, went to who basically took like a 10-hour bus trip with like 100 pound of weight, went through the whole conference, doing feeling fine, talking to people, walking around. And then when I was in Manhattan, I did a whole photo shoots with heavy equipment. And afterwards, thanks to some of my friends that encouraged me, I went walking around. I went to Times Square, I took some pictures just to show everybody, yes, I'm really in New York. Local people hate Times Square, but like tourists loved it. So, I went there and I, did my homework, took some picture of Times Square, the M&M store. It was also very hot, right? It was like 36 degrees Celsius and full humidity. So, I must have walked like 20, 30 blocks. So, and then I wasn't like, it wasn't like when I was 18 years ago again, right? I suppose like Antonetta's which said, maybe I can go to the gym and get some more of my strength back. Usually when I do this kind of travel, I'll be down for like a few days afterwards, right? Like a few months ago, if I went grocery shopping, I will be like stuck in my bed for a few days afterwards because like my joints would have taken so much uh, work and pain that it will be completely swollen and I'll be in my bed unable to move for a few days. But after all this heavy exercise, next day I was able to get up. It wasn't like, again, it wasn't like back when I was 18 or 20 years old, uh, but the miracle is I was able to get up, maneuver around, and be able to function. So that's my minor medical miracle. So like, what do we take away from this story, right? Um, so when you do a ritual for better health, I'm not saying that it's impossible that an angel come in and cure you of everything. Sometimes it does happen, but most of the time, they will be sending you messages and showing you a path to cure yourself. The angels, Raphael could have intervened and make me feel better. I'm not disputing that at all. And I'm pretty sure he had, but like the avenue for me to feel better was that he showed me, this new supplement that works well with my situation, and it stops my body from attacking itself. And now with this working, I can try the medications that got rejected by my body before, and hopefully it's going to make me feel better. And if I have a chance, I can go to the gym and lift some weights and see if I can get some of my strength back and be a normal person again. Uh, Probably wouldn't be myself again like when I was 22, when I was in the military. That was my peak body, my peak physical health. Chances is that I will not be that again, but I'll be happy to just be able to walk again, and maybe go to the park and do a 2-mile walk around the water again in Fresh Pond in Cambridge. So yeah, so I'm just telling you, this is the kind of things that will happen after you do a healing ritual for yourself and for other people. So hopefully, if you're listening to this right now, or if you're listening to this in the future, hopefully it will be an inspiration for you to work with Raphael or Marbis or Boer or whatever healing spirit that you work with. And if you're not cured immediately, look for clues that the angels and spirits are pointing you so that you can cure yourself, and make yourself a better, healthier person. Intellectualist which said love it, yes. And also, for you guys like Jason and FGFG and Intellectualist Switch and Michelle, you guys are just so lucky that you're able to like get up and walk around, And at some point in my past, I thought to myself, if I win the lottery tonight, I will have a hard time. I wouldn't be able to go to the lottery office and claim it. But of course, that is an exaggeration, right? If I were to win the lottery, I will find myself in the office claiming my ticket. I don't care if I have to crawl on my belly to my office to get my $80 million. But I'm just joking around. But like you guys consider yourself already won the lottery if you can get up and walk around and carry weight, right? There are not just same for myself, right? There are a lot of people that are not as healthy as you would give up all their fortune, millions of dollars, just to feel healthy again, just to walk around again. What's the saying? We spend all our youth to acquire money, and then we spend all our money to acquire our youth, right? So yeah, I guess that's the story. And if you have any questions. You can ask any questions about black magic and Raphael and health rituals and whatnot. FGFG said, Intellectualist which is laughing at my lottery story. Thank you. FGFG is saying that I think be healthy is the most important. Yes, it's very true. If you're in good health, you can do anything. If you don't have good health, nothing can be done. Is there anything that can help me lose 40 pounds? Because I think I need miracle at this point. Yes, it's called keto. Ketogenic diet. That's all you need to know. I was dating a girl at the time, and she started keto, and she lost like literally 100 pounds in 8 months. And when I was doing keto, I lost like 40 pounds in like 5 or 6 months. I was like 220 or something, and then I came down to about 175. Because I thought with the health pyramid, right? Eating rice is supposed to help you into better health. I tried vegetarian diet, and it's mostly sugar, and it was it did terrible thing to my body. So yeah, so I just cut off sugar altogether, and I have a fat-based diet, which is I get my energy from animal fats with very nice grass-fed beef butter. I actually save a lot of money too. I saved a ton of money when I was on keto. And I also do 18-hour fasting. And I once you try fasting, you can just keep fasting all along. Fasting with animal fat for energy, at the time my body was like at its peak performance. But then the pandemic happens. It's hard to go out and get fresh animal fat. Every time I go to the grocery store, I end up fighting with somebody, and I spend like $100 every time I go there. So I might as well stock up on like pasta and rice or whatnot. So the pandemic ruined my health. So yeah, so try keto, my friend. My girlfriend lost so much weight that I couldn't even recognize her. My girlfriend at the time, should I say. So yeah, so there's so much literature. There's so much literature on new health now, on new diet now. You can pretty much write off anything that was published before 2019. Yeah. Okay said hello, hello. Jason Eng says, sorry, I'm having headache, so I'm feeling giddy after the session. Is that normal? Yeah, drink some water, and it is good. You're feeling like a bag of weight has been lifted from your shoulder, right? You're feeling happier, and throughout the week, you're going to feel this joyful energy throughout you. You're going to have like a fresh look on life. And this is why hypnosis or hypnotherapy is so attractive. Like, you come to the hypnotherapist for a goal, but then you just enjoy the process so much, right? It is like getting a massage. Like you go to a massage therapist and he or she is going to tell you that all these health benefits, but you don't care. You just want to feel good at the moment, and then you feel good the next day and the whole week, right? So this is the good thing about hypnotherapy, and this is why people pay good money to see a hypnotherapist. Okay, Seth, how are you doing? I'm doing good. You have missed the story. You have missed the session earlier. But that's fine. You can go back and listen to it again. And Antonatulus, which said, I will do the 18-hour fast and eat 2 meals a day. Yeah, I think 2 meals a day is good enough. There's no need for breakfast. I think breakfast, I think if I'm on vacation, I do breakfast. I like breakfast food. I like the eggs Benedict and stuff like that, but I don't really eat breakfast in breakfast time. Or just do 1 meal a day. You want to spend most of your time digesting the food, and then if you are not eating, your stomach and your intestine and your liver will spend time healing itself. I was able to do like 2 or 3 days fasting easily. If you do 18-hour diet fast, you might as well go for like 2 or 3 days diet fasting. The hardest part of fasting is the first 18 to 20 hours. After that, you're just riding it. You don't even feel you won't even feel hungry after like a day of fasting. Especially if you are on a ketogenic diet. That's the wonderful thing about ketogenic diet, is that you don't feel hungry at all. Sorry. Burping. Okay, so I got a past life reading and the results were interesting. Oh, really? So we have been on air for like an hour and 15 minutes or so, plus I've wasted a bunch of time earlier tinkling with the instruments. So we are aiming to go offline in about 10 minutes because I can't have any fans on here. It's getting really stuffy, and let me get offline in about 10 minutes so I can turn the air conditioning back on. I think we did good today. I don't expect a lot of participation. We got the Incubus session out. We talked about the pain relief miracle. We have good discussion going. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, we will go offline in about 10 minutes. And Tinlatada Switch says, seen a great review on your Satan Pact, and would like to know what is the difference between Satan and Lucifer. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be, it could be a very long discussion, but Satan and Lucifer are kind of very different entities. So, Satan is more like just on the application, Satan's way is very much more witty, more in a long-term chess master kind of way of solving problems. Lucifer is more like a solar entity, and he solves problem by power and leadership and like alpha male kind of way of solving problems, where Satan is more covert, more behind the scene kind of spirit. In the Bible, I mean, Satan and Lucifer are just very different entity, right? Like Satan was one of the more ancient one. He was in the book of Job. Satan was a real Elohim God form entity throughout the Canaanite pantheon. Lucifer is like a fresher. Well, I'm sure this spirit has been around for like millions of years, but Lucifer is more talked about in the 14th and was more introduced in the 14th and 15th century as a spirit. It is more like a symbol of enlightenment, and by enlightenment means like rational thinking, whereas the 14th century is very much like ecclesiastical and theocratical thinking. I know these days like rational thinking is the norm, right? But like at the time it is not. Like everything has to go through God, everything has to go through angels and demons, and Lucifer is more like a symbol of rational thinking at the time, which is why it is the enemy of the church, right? Because if everybody are thinking rationally and enlightened, then nobody will go to church anymore. This is why people who are follower of Lucifer must be hunted down, because enlightenment is the enemy of the church. Even guys like Galileo almost got his head chopped off because the church didn't like his way of teaching. And so many scientists and astronomers got contrary to this theology of the church, right? Like if you were to, for example, pretty much up until the 15th century, it is still a geocentric view of the world, rather like the Earth is the center of the universe, right? But for scientists to suggest the sun is the center of the solar system and hence the universe, those scientists got killed. And this is the people who are follower of Lucifer, the follower of scientists and independent thinking, right? So I don't know, am I making sense between the difference between Satan and Lucifer? So they're just very different entities and spirits. Pick the one that you feel the closest. Of course, I can like write a PhD thesis on the differences between the two entities, but they are not the same. They're very different. And Satan is much more linguistically gifted. Most spirits would struggle to talk to you But Satan is very gifted in speaking human languages. And sometimes Satan could even be the voice of other spirits. And he has been instrumental in helping me acquiring clear audience and clear like astral sense in hearing the spirits. So, if you are uh, trying to learn black magic, trying to acquire astral sense, Satan is a good mentor for you. So is Lucifer too. So kind of like different um, approach to problems. Like if you work with different spirits, right? They just have like different approach to wealth, right? Like my mom has a very different approach to wealth than Boone, and Freya, the Viking goddess, have a different approach to beauty than Aphrodite, right? So this is what you are trying to, like I said, get into the vibration of these spirits. OK said, I was told Genghis Khan was a past self of mine, which shocked me as I was reading about him. I noticed we are too similar. And it's iconic because even our energies are similar in a way very shocking. Okay, that's great that you are able to uncover that. Do you only work with Boone and Germany? I see them listed on your website. No, like I said last time you asked the quiz, like I said the last time you asked this question, I work with any spirits. I can work with Boone. I can work with Satan. I can work with, because this is about my client, not about me, right? So sometimes my clients will come to me and said they feel particularly strong about this spirit or angel or ancestor or whatnot, and then I can work with them. Okay, so what are your thoughts about it? In other words, what's the one trait that kept me from my past life, like Kangaskhan from your, and how can I connect again? Well, I mean, study a lot about Kangaskhan and his way. Kangaskhan is more than just a warlord, even that's what we remember him by. He's a merchant first, right? He are occupying the land where Silk Road travels, and he can collect the taxes, the Silk Road, and he can be the middleman in all the trades and whatnot, And at the end, the Mongolian were only a small part of the grand army that they field, right? They had a lot of mercenaries in their forces too, and they can afford really much just afford to be in continuous warfare because they have a lot of money, right? So there's a lot to Kangaskhan you can connect from, do a lot of studies, read about his battles and he's a great leader too, and he has pretty much introduced, you know, meritocracy in the military, whereas in most European army, you get your commission by connections, your birth, or the land you own or whatnot, right? Whereas Genghis Khan's army, um, all the leaders, down to all the sergeants and captains and lieutenants, are all voted in. Like the men voted in the officers, right? So like the people who command the army are like the best and the brightest. So there's a lot to be connected to learn from Genghis Khan. Hello, Saxon. Where are you, Saxon? Are you in Europe, in Thailand, or where exotic place are you in right now? And Tinlatulus, which said, "Oh, could not remember if I asked the question already. Okay, thank you. Enjoy your day. Feel better." Hey, thanks for asking. But like most black magician can work with any spirits. That is the appeal of Western ceremonial magic: is that we can summon any spirits, even thought form, even fictional character, even concept, you name it, and we can work with them. What's the one trait What's the one thing you like as a trait you see in Kangaskhan and me, something I have kept since like on one thing I kept on screams, Kangaskhan, if that makes sense, could be rage. Well, you just want me to say that you are aggressive, right? So there you go. Very aggressive. I mean, there's so much to be learned, right? Also study Kangaskhan's generals and lieutenants. Like they all have the adventures, right? Have you watched the YouTube channel Kings and General? They have very good videos on the research on Kangaskhan and his battles. Can you ride a horse? Okay. Can you shoot archery? Hey, if you're connected to Kangaskhan, right? Maybe use your psychic energy and find out where Kangaskhan is buried. It is a mystery right now. Nobody knows where Kangaskhan is buried. And you bet you ask that wherever Kangaskhan's grave is going to be buried with like more treasures, gold and all kind of ancient art than anybody have seen before, right? So if you can get there before anybody, you'll be a very rich man. I should, and it explains now why I have over 2K Mongol spirits helping me with everything, sending me energy, etc. Yeah, sounds like you got it going on, my friend. Now use this energy to build. I mean, at the end of the day, Genghis Khan is more than just a raider. He did build an empire. It's hard to maintain an empire that large, but he did have like a empire for about like a century, uh, which is not easy to maintain, even in modern terms, right? Like we see a lot of states that failed. Even the Third Reich, with all the sophisticated technology that the Nazis have, they only lasted like 10 years. What, like 12 years? Like 10 years? Yeah, 10 years. Hey, child of Lucy, are you still there? Tamara? Sorry I missed you. Tamara, wave if you're still there. Hope you're still there, my friend. Okay, sir, I could always relate to his extreme intelligence. Nah, I'm not in Europe yet. Soon, though, I'm in my country. Okay, that's great. Hopefully, you can go to Europe soon. Send us a lot of pictures. And if you met a lot of hot models in Milan or wherever you are, tell them to join the stream, okay? Hey, Jason, you're back. Yeah, sure, no worries. Yes. Female models, okay? As much as we love male models too. Well, send your male model friends, but send a lot more female models to this stream, okay? It will make this stream a lot more interesting. Okay, said. Like as well as reading about him, we have some same calculating approach to problems, which is surprising. Yes. Now take this energy, my friend, and build an empire. Makes lots of money, and come to my store and buy a lot of things. Saxon said, ha ha ha, of course, I'll bring more females. It's all good, my friend. It's all good. Let's have a party going on here, man. Okay, said, and for some reason, I like was buried somewhere in Afghanistan. Like I can sense the energy. Hey, like seriously, if you can find where Genghis Khan is buried, you'll be a very rich man. You'll find some way to monetize it too. Okay, said bring girls, lots of girls. Yes, Saxon, that is your mission, my friend. That is your spirit task. Jason said, I'm both on IG and YouTube. Okay, that's great. You are in everywhere. We all kings having wives. I won't go that far. I just want to party, man. I have a question. Do you think the apparitions of Virgin Mary are real? I'm asking because I feel like the messages they give when appearing are confusing. Saxon said, okay, I have a job to do now. Yes, you do a very important job, my friend. Very, very important job. So maybe you want to be more specific on Virgin Mary and what the message is. I think some of them are scams, but one man's demon is another man's god, right? Maybe for some people it doesn't make sense, but I do see some people getting moved when they touch these operations, right? Maybe it is a manifestation of the deep desire to connect with any spirit at all. We need to be more specific, or else there's not a question there. It's like asking, there's like a blob on the wall. What do you think? I'll be like, there's a blob on the wall. Jason said, because I heard you saying Tamara's name, so I wanted to come see her. I know you through her. Yeah, Tamara, if you're here, wave. I think she left the room though. She's a very busy person. Do you have any messages from me? Perhaps some guidance, maybe I continue improving, but maybe something I haven't watched on. What have you done in the physical realm since the last time we talked, right? If you want to build a business, have you done any research on how to start a business in Germany, how to incorporate? I don't know how continental law works in Europe, right, where you are. Have you done research on what product you want to carry? So, like, I don't mean to be all business, right? But business and self-employment is like your extension in the world, right? It's like sword to a samurai, right? The sooner you get a business going and profitable, the sooner you have influence in this world. It could be a profit or non-profit thing. So okay, said I built up that community of mine and then made foundation of some issues arise. It's on hold right now. Yeah, so keep the momentum going. All these things, the more you do, the more seed you plant, the more harvest you reap, right? All this is going to take time to come together. I'm just telling you as somebody who have been there before, and they want you to build more momentum. That's the message I got from the astral realm. Saxon says, so I'm asking, cause the war and everything bad are something that are supposed to happen in order for Earth to evolve into another higher dimensions. So then why are there supposedly apparitions of Virgin Mary, etc., that says we need to bring peace? Shouldn't she be working like others entities to help evolution of Earth? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, that is a good question. And I think peace is something that we should aspire to. And I think like we are doing everything we can to bring peace, right? But like religion itself is a violent thing, you know. Don't tell me that Christianity or religion is all about peace, you know, because they are embodiment of war and violence. I mean, the Orthodox Church in Russia endorsed the war. I mean, Putin uses religion as one of the reasons for to start the war in Ukraine. You know, he said to stomp out Satanism in Ukraine. You know, by that extension, you know, how is that not a religious fervor to start a war? So, um, specifically, Saxon, I think you meant like the Virgin Mary appearances in 1918, and that the war stopped abruptly afterwards. Is that what the apparitions you refer to? Aaron666 said, "What's up, Dion?" Hello, Aaron. How are you? I believe I have a succubus. Okay, that's great. It's a lot of fun. Jason Ang said, "Hi, Dion. Thanks for today. I need to go now. See you next week." Okay, thanks for stopping by, Jason. See you next week. Okay, so I've built up a community of mine and made a foundation, but some issues is on hold right now. I also have improved my mentality and mindset. That's great. And I try to form up mini communities like clans to influence and be able to have lots of people to fight back in case something try to cross me. Imagine having lots of mini clans around where you are leading from. It keeps you dominant and influence against any opponent. Oh, that's great. So keep up with the good work and momentum. Um, Keep in mind that, you know, it needs physical extension. Sorry about this weird sound. I'm just trying to pour more coffee. Bro, there's a lie, but you have your third eye open. That is true. All right, so Sexton said that's what I meant. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was World War One is such a stupid war. Nothing happened after. Nothing happens. Spring deaths and destructions. So pointless and needless. But like I said again, right? Like to say religion and God is about kindness and benevolence, that is just manifestingly false, right? If they like, I am all for peace, I'm all for benevolence, I'm all for healing, and you know, everybody partying. But don't tell me that religion and Mary and Jesus and God and Holy Spirits and angels are about peace. They are as much about chaos and destruction. Um, so what does it mean? Nobody knows. But all we can, but like when you ask what does it mean, right? Everybody can like make up a story and just twist it around. And you know that I feel like most of the world have fallen onto this like twisting word brainwashing, right? So it is what it is. It's kind of like saying, like, you know, a lion is beautiful, but it could also eat you, right? Well, it will eat you, right? Um, okay, ask what makes an energy dirty, like the shade of it, you know? And what's the specific thing that gives energy to that dirty shade, like dirty red? Well, it depends what you mean by dirty. Like, what do you mean by dirty? It's up to you to filtrate the energy, right? It's up to you to make the best use of whatever energy that comes your way and transmute it. This is why you have a soul. This is why you're human. You can transmute energy, right? You're not just the energy itself. You can turn any energy into anything. So it really doesn't matter. Like, water, water could be very dirty, but if you can like distill it, boil it and steam it and then collect the steam again, it will just be as pure as is from any natural spring in the world. Um, so energy is energy. When you experience supermassive energy shooting out a black hole or some astrological phenomena like supernova, you'll realize that there's no really such thing as dirty energy. Well, I mean, there are like dirty money, like money that came from unknown source, or money that could get you in trouble, like liability and things like that, or when you take money from you know um, unsavory individuals and things like that. Um, Dion, when you die, can you attend your funeral in the afterlife? I don't know. That's pretty depressing, my friend. Like, does rage makes it dirty, or perhaps wrath or whatever? I mean, you just need more time to filter out like really intense energy, or else you'll be part of that energy. Like, you want to be in control of the energy. You don't want the energy to be in control of you, right? Like, if you just take rage and I don't know, whatever aggressive energy that you use, and you just don't filter it, um, you're going to be a crazy bastard. Saxon said, I started working with spirits of the Grimorium Verum. Um, Gabriel Folis introduced himself to me in a dream after I finished with my 21-day evocative work with the Argoatia spirit. Yes. That's good to that's good to know, Saxon. Hopefully you can take that and manifest it into something useful. Aaron 666 said, did you get the question? Sorry. Yeah, I got it. I think it's a little bit depressing though. Um, I had a mentor, not black magic related, but like I just said, old professor. He knew he was dying, and on his deathbed, he actually made arrangement for his funeral. Right? He's that kind of like very overbearing, super alpha kind of male, and on his deathbed, he told his children which funeral home to use, which funeral director to contact. He even have like the which room he wanted to display his own body, down to the caterer. He told his children which caterer to call, and what food to have in his funeral, and everything all set up right. So yeah, we can all feel his presence in his funeral. Yeah, I did get the question, but let's not go there. It's kind of too depressing for a Sunday. Okay, said I love dark, harsh, and dirty energy. It's like the underworld warlike vibe that suits me. You have any idea why? That's just your preference. Oh, it's okay, Aaron. Let's focus on partying and happy. When you are on a happy mode and you're sending out happy vibes, happy situations going to follow you everywhere. I do know there are Vegas casino would host wake I don't know about funeral, but they will host like wake and memorial services for their favorite customers or their spouse, or if when you request them to host memorial services for a loved one. I know some casino would do that for you, and they have like the best uh, people to handle that, or they will hire the best people to handle such services for you or for your loved ones. I love the harsh. Yeah, that's your personal preferences. It's not my preferences in any way. Okay, so I have had heart palpitation lately, followed by some energy in my heart chakra. Do you have any ideas on how maybe it did have some heart healing today and it stopped, but the energy is still there? Yeah, it is still there. You're evoking a lot of energy, and it's going to you're going to feel it. FG said, I agree with you, Dion. That's why I always keep myself positive and happy every day. All right, so the hour is 1 hour 46. It's 12:01. I think I've burned some time with technical difficulties earlier, so I'm getting tired from talking, and I really need to turn the air conditioning back on. So say what you have to say in the last 2 minutes. I know there's a lag, and if you're still here, say hello. And without any further ado, we are going to end this live stream. Thank you everybody for showing up. If you're just joining, feel free to rewind and listen to the Incubus session and my medical story. And yeah. And hopefully, well, I won't say hopefully, but we will be back next week. I have another conference coming up in August. I'll tell you when and if I will be around. And yeah, if there's nothing else, Aaron said, I've been working with Azazel, Belial, Marbus. Lately, I'm grateful for the health. They said they're happy that you're working with them and you're doing good, and you are making an effort to make real change in your life. Okay, said, and lastly, I feel headache and energetic sense, pressured. What kind of energy and what to do about it? I mean, like I said, just keep summoning all these heavy energy, and you're feeling it just a little bit. Just drink a lot of water. Uh, drink like this. What do you say? Mineral water. You guys got a lot of those in Germany. Uh, eat well, sleep well. Oh, hey, Tanya, you're here. We are just getting offline though. Yeah, feel free to rewind and listen to the Incubus session and my medical miracle story. Saxon said, I have one last question. Do you know what's like to work with spirits of Mars? Because they're oriented to war. Yes, like we had this discussion before, Saxon. So it'll be conflict prone. You'll be fighting a lot. You need to work out a lot. I mean, it bodes well if you're like a young alpha that are like a Spanish bullfighter. Like you want to be seen. You want to hang out with a lot of girls or boys, whatever your preferences are. You'll be fighting a lot. You're boastful. You're highly competitive, strong, that kind of energy. We had this discussion before about your other place that is very strong Martian energy. Some people like it, some people don't. But as our soul journey, as our soul contract, you are to experience all the planetary energy in your lifetime and your many lifetimes. So if Mars energy were to come to you, embrace it, make the best out of it, because if you were to avoid it, it will keep coming back to you. Aaron666 said, thank you, I am. FGFG says, see you next time, Dion. Okay, yeah, see you next week, my friend. Tanya J said, I will listen later. Hey, thanks for dialing in when you're out of town, Danya. Hopefully, we will see you again next week. Do you need to ignore the heart palpitation caused by the energy? Well, I mean, first, I would advise you to see a doctor. I do not want to give a health advice over YouTube. There are Martian spirits, Saxon mentioned. Should I work with them? I mean, yeah, I mean, you are working with a lot of Martian energy, Martian spirits right now, okay? And it's a specific dark, warlike aspect of Mars. I won't say dark. I mean, they're quite in the open. That's just the aggressive things I like. Going to war is not it's not a dark thing. They do it in the open. I mean, if you are like, James Bond or something, you're a covert operator, maybe that's dark, But like a harsh vibration. Tiny J said, hi, FGFG. Saxon said, I even forgot we have talked about it. Yeah, he told me about that place. I've been thinking about it a lot without reason. Hey, maybe, just go there and hang out for like a week, They are very tourist friendly. Maybe just hang out a week and see if you like the energy. Can you arrange a shoot there? Thank you, though. I have an amazing week. Thinking about Spirit of Mars. Yeah, I mean, go there. I look on hotel.com. There's some really cheap, high class hotel at that place we talked about. I mean, if I can travel, I would have gone there. Feel it out. Maybe you will like it. What spirits are the ones of Pluto? Some same question Saxon asked, but Pluto instead of Mars. I mean, Pluto is a very small planet, right? There are also, yeah, I'm not that familiar with Pluto. Pluto, I guess, is more like for spirits of the death, but that's more like Saturn, though. I mean, anything that goes with Pluto, I think working with Saturn is probably like easier and more effective. I mean, Pluto is more like a rock floating in the edge of Kuiper Belt. I mean, I love Pluto. Do you know the interesting thing is the guy who discovered Pluto? They sent his ashes on the probe to Pluto. So, like the guy who discovered Pluto, his ashes are now on Pluto now. So, isn't that an interesting karmic story? Yeah, we will see. Thanks. I mean, it's not that expensive, right? Going to that place, there's a price for all kinds of tourists. But you can film on the street, though. That's what I've been told. I've seen YouTuber getting into trouble when they were doing IRL streams on the street. So be careful how you take the pictures there. Which planet do you think I should connect to the most? I mean, you have been working so closely with Mars, right? That seems to be fitting on what you were trying to do. Something that will be needed. I think if I were you, okay, I would probably seek out some kind of balancing, so that you're not so full tilt on the other end. Maybe try out some lunar spirits to like do some healing on yourself and not so, on the edge all the time. Bring it back to the center a little bit. What about Saturn? Yeah, if you're working with Pluto, then work with Saturn. That's what I said. So I got kicked out of Instagram again. Oops. All right, so I am getting offline now. And thanks for everybody for being here. And I'll see you guys next week. Oh, another good news is my channel just reached 3,000 subscribers. So yay to us. Thank you, everybody, for your help. And tell all your friends to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, so that we can grow and put out more content. All right. Everybody have a good week. And Michelle said, congrats. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Being here for all my live stream for all this time. Much appreciated. Sending positive energies. Okay, thank you, my friend. FGFG said, congratulations. Thank you, my friend. Antonetta the Switch said, enjoy your week. You too. Heine J says, see you next week. See you next week. All right, guys. See you guys next week. Ending the stream now.